With CM Punk references made on Dynamite and it being said that Brock Lesnar signed a deal that is not with WWE, this is Wrestling Up. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for July 29th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Up and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. During an interview with Wrestling Inc., former WWE star Ariya Daivari talked about his time on 205 Live and how Enzo Amore brought a spotlight to the brand. At first, everyone was like, he's not a cruiserweight type wrestler, and wondered if it will work out. But at the end of the day, Vince McMahon really liked Enzo despite what people say about him or his attitude. Vince likes characters and promos, and Enzo was both of those. Vince was always going to make time for Enzo. Because we got to work with Enzo, we were allowed to close out Raw a few times and that was cool. Say what you want about him, the guy brought star power to 205 Live, and working with him was cool. When management cares about someone, it creates opportunities for others. I always got along great with him. I don't know what happened before he came to 205 Live. I did hear that he alienated himself from the Raw locker room, but when he came to 205 Live, he was very encouraging and was committed to making the brand better. He wasn't selfish or anything. He was always coming up with ideas. He's just a brash and in-your-face kind of guy, and that rubs people the wrong way sometimes, but I always get along with him. With Karrion Kross losing his debut match on Raw and the man that defeated him, Jeff Hardy, recently testing positive for COVID, Andrew Zarian addressed the booking situation for the NXT champion, saying this on the Madman Pro Wrestling podcast. Kross was supposed to lose again against Hardy in their rematch and then finally he would go berserk. I'm not 100% on this, but it was told that the plan was that Kross keeps losing until Scarlett shows up. That's going to bring him back on track because she is able to unleash the warrior, whatever they're calling him, the gladiator in him. On June 5th, the University of South Florida Police Department asked the public to help identify a man caught on video camera stealing items from the WWE Thunderdome. US Champion Sheamus would write, "A lovely fella stole my cross on camera below. I'd appreciate it if you internet sleuths could track it down and return it via details below. Ringside seat reward when we return to your town and many beers." Now there's been a reward set with the Tampa Crime Stoppers saying, Crime Stoppers of Tampa Bay is also offering a $5,000 reward for any info about the theft in May of the necklace, 3 title belts signed by various WWE stars, and a corner pad. The WWE Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist is no stranger to issues with his neck as he won that gold medal with it broken. Now he's said on his podcast that he is experiencing pain. Well, my neck is not that great. I have a lot of motor skill problems in my hands and in my fingers because of my neck, numbness down my arms. I have a lot of pain in my neck. I've been putting off fusion surgery for 15 years, and I may not be able to put it off much longer. I'm going to eventually have to have fusion surgery. I have had the quick fix surgeries so that I could get back in the ring again, and you know the last one I did I think was 2015, but I'm going to eventually have to have fusion surgery. I've just been putting it off. We hope that Angle is able to get these surgery and be able to live more comfortably after. A big topic in pro wrestling are the debuts of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in AEW as fans await their appearances in the promotion. AEW's Mark Henry spoke to TV Insider saying signing Punk and Bryan is like when Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart left WWE for WCW in the 90s. I think it's amazing if it happens. As a fan I want to see it, but I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Let me find out like the fans, so I can react just like the fans. I'm not the gossipy type. I won't walk around the locker room trying to get gossip. I don't want that, but I do think either gentleman or both gentlemen would be groundbreakers. They would be able to do something in AEW like when Hogan and Hart went to WCW from WWE. It would be a positive step. It's not like we have to have that in AEW, but they would be welcomed additions. When it comes to Punk and Bryan possibly joining AEW, Andrew Zarian noted, there are many rumors that Vince is upset and management is angry because how they could let these two go. I think Daniel Bryan is the disappointment for them, but CM Punk not so much. There is no buzz I'm hearing from the office side saying we effed up by not signing him. There are a lot of people who think Punk's stock is not what it normally would be. They think those UFC losses hurt him. A lot of people worked with him when he was very unhappy, so I think that is the memory that they have of him. I'm saying from management, I'm not the talent. I think talent knows what a big deal this is. A certain network is not happy with the CM Punk stuff. WWE, they are not very concerned about Punk. They know it is a big get for AEW, but they were not negotiating to bring him. On the other hand, I would say that Daniel Bryan is a big hit for them. While we're not sure if it's Fox or USA upset with WWE, we'll have to see how the company responds to AEW signing two very popular wrestling stars. With Natalya appearing to suffer an ankle injury during a match on Raw, Dave Meltzer has now said she had an MRI yesterday. I don't know the results of it, but that's the basic situation to it until she gets the results. She might have had the results by now, but she didn't have that yesterday, so that's the basic situation to it. Until those results come in, we don't really know what the damage is. It doesn't look good. Despite Natalya addressing the injury reports, she did not confirm her status. So hopefully she'll be alright to continue wrestling, especially considering she is one half of the women's tag team champions. Malakai Black has found his way to AEW and looks to do battle against Cody Rhodes at the upcoming Homecoming event next week. Of course, Cody Rhodes reportedly has plans to film, as Dave Meltzer broke down what could happen with this feud. Because Cody's leaving for the TV show, I gotta figure that Malakai Black wins the match this coming Wednesday, which he should either way because it's his first match and everything. And I mean, we'll see what happens. They've done such a good job with Black that people are seeing him as a huge star, and it was not that way in WWE. For last night's Dynamite, it was announced that AEW Rampage on August 20th would be taking place in the United Center in Chicago. This caused the crowd to chant for CM Punk. Later, Darby Allin made reference to Punk using his moniker Best in the World. Then, while Chris Jericho was in the ring, MJF was on the ramp with a mic, cutting a very similar promo to Punk's infamous pipe bomb. The beginning to Punk's promo goes like this: John Cena, while you lay there hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be, I want you to listen to me. MJF's was eerily similar as he said, Chris, as you sit there in more pain than you've ever been in your entire life, I need you to listen to me. With the Punk references picking up and a show coming up for AEW in Chicago, Punk's debut seems all but confirmed at this point. Brock Lesnar's absence from WWE has been causing many rumors to be spread, as Andrew Zarian noted that one person claimed on a popular message board that Lesnar is signed with another company, with this apparently coming from a 20-year source. The story is Lesnar signed with another company and everyone is thinking it's AEW. I can tell you it's not. They have spoken maybe once in passing, like nothing serious whatsoever. Everybody asked about this, they laughed. I can only tell you what they said to me. While it was said that WWE wants him back, Lesnar is also reportedly yet to sign a new deal with the company. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.